Look, if you guys want to dropship, you need a strategy. You can't run into this blind and expect to make it work. That's just not how it works, okay? So we're going to talk about a couple of the main things you're going to need in order to outline the strategy that's right for you. Because there's one thing I want to make super clear at the beginning of this video. What works for me, exactly, that exact formula that works for me might not work for you, but it might work for someone else. And maybe only half of it works for someone else. Everybody's different niches, different audiences. You're going to fully understand that by the end of this video, and we're going to help you pick the strategy that's going to work the best for what you're going to be doing. Now, with that being said, I want to kind of narrow in on one point right here at the beginning, and that's focus. I want you to focus in on one thing. You can't be trying to do everything, all platforms, all types of offers, in multiple niches with multiple products. You have to be set on one thing and focus on making that work. And only then, only once it's working, can you branch out and start attacking another type of offer. So first of all, let me kind of break down the different types of strategies and offers you can be doing. There are two different platforms we're going to talk about, Facebook and Instagram. So you're going to have to pick your platform. Instagram and Facebook are two very different beasts. If you have no experience with Facebook at all, I personally recommend that you go to Instagram. It's simpler, there's less moving parts, and in my opinion, you have a higher chance of hitting something that's going to work. However, with that being said, not every niche works on Instagram. There aren't influencers in every niche that are, in a high supply. So it might be a lot more difficult in some niches to make it work on Instagram. That's not to say that it won't work. I don't know your exact niche. So you might have to go to Facebook at that point. But pick your platform and focus on one platform right away. Make that work first. Now, also part of the reason I'm saying Instagram first over Facebook ads is because as we're going through this content, you're going to see how the modules are structured. Instagram is first. Okay, and there's a reason for that. We like to use Instagram, and again, we're going to be covering all this, so don't get too confused by it now. We're going to be using that to test products and get pixel data. Again, please don't get confused by this because we're going to cover it all, to make Facebook easier on the back end. Facebook has way more moving parts. There's a lot more to it and a lot more in-depth strategies that are required to make that work versus an Instagram influencer. And I'm talking about Instagram influencer marketing, not necessarily advertising on Instagram specifically. So pick your platform. Now, there's a couple different types of offers you're going to be running. There's the classic free plus shipping. This is where you give a product, like a necklace, for example. Free necklace, they just pay $9.99 in shipping, or $12.95, or $13.68, whatever you want to set the price at. That's a type of offer. A free plus shipping offer, it's simple. It's viewed as something that's rare. Consumers are getting smarter. I know a lot of you guys already know what free plus shipping is. That's where you're giving the product for free and you're selling it where they just pay for shipping. One charge for shipping, and you make your margin on that. So you might pay $2.50 for a necklace, sell it for $12, that's your margin right there. That $10 roughly is your margin for marketing as well as profit. So that's a type of offer. You're going to want to pick one or two offers. You can kind of go multiple. I like to stick with one or two right away on whatever one platform you're doing, and stick and run with that. So if you're going to be doing Facebook, I just would kind of advise against doing a free plus shipping on Facebook just because retail works better. So there's what's called a retail offer. This is also perceived with a discount. So $40 necklace, get it for only $14.99 today. That's a retail offer on a discount, okay? It's a discounted product discount. Again, we're going to be talking about a value gap and all that stuff here in these next few videos as we just get going through all these modules, but you're going to be able to set that price. You're going to choose your price at what you want to price your products at, and you can knock it down as far as you want. So theoretically, and I wouldn't recommend this, you could say your necklace is $18,000 and give it away for $15. So I would 100% not do that, but you could. So a retail offer with a discount, that's another type of offer. There's a lot of different things, by the way, you can do to get creative. We're not going to cover all of them. BOGO. Ooh, buy one, get one. This could be buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one half off. There's also, I don't know what the abbreviation is for it, buy this, get that. So buy X, get Y. Buy this, get that. Buy this and get this 50% off. Buy two, get one. There's so many different combinations. We're going to go through the apps that you're going to be able to use to actually set that stuff up. So pick one or two types of offers, and as we go through and outline, the marketing on each platform, I'm going to show you what's going to be best for what you're doing on what platform. So right off the bat, I'm going to kind of go for, I'm going to give you guys the 3 little levels. One for you who are complete brand new beginners. So another level for people who are kind of intermediate, you have things going, maybe you're making a little bit of money, or at least you've tried. Maybe you failed, you spent some money, made money, but the money you spent was a lot greater than the money you saw come back. And then the other level is going to be for those of you who are already experienced. Maybe you have a very successful store. Maybe you make $50,000 a month. Maybe you just make a couple $100s a day on average. Whatever that point is for you, we're going to kind of go through and outline a strategy and what I personally think you should be doing. Again, Instagram, I just wanted to outline this, the different types of offers. Instagram is going to be the best for a free plus shipping. That's like the best thing. We're going to cover this a lot more in the Instagram module where we go through and outline the offers and how to structure that. That's going to be like that, or retail with a discount. Now, Facebook is absolutely amazing for retail with a discount, as well as a BOGO / I'm just going to put / buy X, get Y. So depends on what type of offer you want to do there, but that's for those 2 platforms. They are different platforms, and you're going to see that as we go throughout this. So you're going to have to treat them as such. I see a lot of people try and treat them as if they're the same. You can't treat a Toyota like it's a Ferrari. 2 different things, 2 completely different brands from different locations meant for different purposes. So there's kind of 2 separate things there, so please treat it as such. Now, as for the beginner, we're going to go through the beginner level first in here. I would say if you're getting started like I recommended, first of all, Instagram, do a free plus shipping. Now, on top of that, you're going to see a lot more of this inside of the Instagram section. Do it with Instagram influencers, not advertising. The ads on Instagram are going to be actually coming off of Facebook. So if you guys don't know anything about how that's structured right now, that's fine. But the Instagram part of things, if you want to see a sponsored post where it says sponsored under your account's name, that's through Facebook. So you're going to have to do that unless you hit the little blue promote button, which we'll also be talking about. But that's through Facebook itself. So when you're setting up a Facebook ad, you can decide and select to run it on both Instagram and Facebook. That's up to you. So if you're just getting started, complete beginner, do Instagram free plus shipping, and please go low. Do not spend a lot of money. There is no reason to spend a lot of money. Even though I have a budget to work with, I still don't throw thousands of dollars at marketing just like that to test and get data, as some people call it. There's not a reason to do that. You should be starting with small influencers. Again, we're going to be covering a lot of this. I just want to kind of outline the basics of this for you guys as we build into it. But you're going to want to go with small influencers. Not a lot of money, $10, $20, $30, not very much. You don't need to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars for a very large influencer, not until you get to a certain point, where the product's working, which again, we're going to be covering. But it's the same exact thing with Facebook. So if you decide to do Facebook right off the bat, that's great. $5 a day budget. Go dive into the Facebook module. You can even skip the Instagram, want to come back to it later. Whatever. Simple. Go low. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't need to risk a lot of money. And you're not going to want to double down and invest more money and increase the budget until you see a return being brought in. Now, for those of you who are intermediate, this is what I'd say I would recommend for you to do. Let's say theoretically, let me give you a situation. You're making about $200 to $300 a day off Instagram. I would say at that point, start transitioning, if I can spell this stuff right, into Facebook. But please, this is a mistake that I actually made. I want to get personal and just relate a little thing so some of you guys can understand. Hopefully it helps one person. I started with Facebook ads and I didn't know anything about them. Okay, 4 months of Facebook ads, and then I flipped to Instagram where I had already had prior experience. Now, I started seeing great results on Instagram about a month into switching back to Instagram. And I did that for about 2 months. Then I'm like, all right, time to go to where the money is with Facebook. And when I did that, I completely forgot about Instagram. I'm like, oh, we're just going to do Facebook, run with it. When you're transitioning, I don't care what platform you're going to or from, it doesn't matter. Do not cut off or stop doing in any way what you were already doing previously that was working. Keep having that cash flow, keep testing more products, and keep getting, this is the more important one, keep getting more pixel data. Again, we're going to be covering this stuff in depth for you guys, but if you're an intermediate, please just keep doing what's working while starting to test other things and branch out. So that's huge, and I think a lot of people, you guys can do whatever offer. If you're an intermediate, you already know what offers are working for your types of products. Keep testing more and more products. Transition into Facebook. It doesn't really matter if you're coming from Twitter, Pinterest, anywhere, YouTube. I see people doing Google AdWords. That's great. Okay, intermediates, please don't forget about what was already working, because odds are when you're transitioning into something that's new, it's going to take time. You're going to spend, a few weeks, a few months. I don't know what that time frame is going to be for you, but before it starts working, it's going to take some time. Now, for those of you who are a little bit more advanced, this is going to be where we're focusing on the scale. So you're going to want to be on Facebook, going through, and you can go jump to the Facebook section again, you guys. You can move through this at your own pace and start going through the scaling content. Scale your ads once they are at least above break even. That's the cutoff. Now, as you're scaling, you don't want to just absolutely explode the budget from $5 a day to $5,000. There is a scale curve you have to follow, and there's just rules and guidelines. Otherwise, your cost per purchase is going to go through the roof. However, let's say theoretically you spend $10 and you make $15 back after your product cost. So $5 profit. It's a little bit above break even. Not that bad. However, you can increase that a lot. So as you're scaling, you can be tweaking small things, which we're going to be going through, helping you a lot with your conversions, both on Instagram, Facebook, with your site, your product page, everything. But you can be increasing that number. So you don't want to spend $5,000 and only make, let's say, $10,000 back. That's a great amount of money. But why would you want to spend $5,000 to make $10,000 when if you did things right and increased your conversions on both the ad as well as just the hard conversions on your store? Why would you want to do that when you can spend $5,000 and make $14,000 or $18,000? You can just make more money. So it's very simple. Those advanced people, I know you guys already have products that are working. You need to focus on scaling those on Facebook and getting those multiple campaigns running, as well as retargeting, which we are going to be covering in the Facebook section. So to kind of wrap this video up and summarize, pick a strategy. Please focus in on one thing, because that's going to be what's the most effective for you. If you're jumping around, let's say you're trying to do Instagram, Facebook, and a couple different offers. That's like, let's just say 3 different things. Now you're allocating 33% of your time into everything, so you can't fully focus on one. So theoretically, it's going to take you a lot longer to make everything work, which you don't want. This is a business where it can really explode fast if you do it right. And so I would 100%, without a doubt, recommend that you focus in on one thing. Kind of go through the content, keep going through before you decide what that strategy is for you, and then just focus in on that one thing, make it work, and then we'll show you how to transition into the next thing. So I hope that made some sense on the strategy end of things. You guys, please pick one and run with it. Start going through this content. We're going to get a lot more technical and in-depth, especially as we jump into the next module, but I'll see you guys over in the next video.